Hey guys, Rumblysuperset here, back again doing another episode of analyzing gameplay. This one's a little bit more interesting because I'm doing a breaking the meta, which is Koshka lane. I'm running with a couple guildmates here, which you guys may not know yet, is I actually am part of Apex once again. It is my guild. It was originally the Apex Legion when I brought it back, but since today, we secured the original name, which was Apex. So now the guild is now known as Apex once again. So we'll get a couple guildmates there. They're running jungle. Looks like I think it was Taka and Arden. And then myself as Koshka going against Celeste here. So the thing I do with Koshka is I go eulogies, obviously, since I'm melee. I'm going to get poked by the Celeste, and I'm going to miss some farm, apparently. But, so I just use that to top off. Geez, what am I doing there? I don't know what I'm doing, but whatever. I think we were a little bit getting out of position here, or just out of timing, because we're not used to this Koshka and how to like lane with her. This is like my second go ahead with it after like trying it the first time a couple days ago, and I thought it was kind of interesting, so I wanted to try it again. But yeah, so the power behind the Koshka lane, I feel, is the fact that she can do a lot of damage due to her stacks, and because she's in lane, she can get a bunch of stacks all at once and just shred squishies like, you know, Celeste or Ringo, potentially, depending on how you handle the situation. Yeah, if they're really good players, you might have some trouble, especially when they're trying to harass you while you get your farm. She doesn't quite have the range of Glaive, or I don't know what you guys play, melee, but Glaive and possibly Rona, or well, Rona's kind of low, but she has mobility, more so mobility than Koshka in terms of escape. But anyway, so we're doing pretty good overall. We did die early on in the beginning, but we make up for it through our synergy later on. But yeah, so here we are again, just trying to farm up, trying to be effective with it. I'm going to go ahead and try to pounce and see how much damage I can do. Kind of getting an idea of what am I capable of, because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if I can go in there and just shred her without her shredding me back. And so I saw that there is potential there for me to be aggressive. So you'll see later on that I do it again and again and again. I think I do it like a couple more times, and she doesn't learn. But spoilers. But yeah, so here we are again. So farming, that's what we're doing. We got a little bit aggressive there, and Fortress did come out to try to be aggressive back, but I managed to get out. The fact that she does have the passive run speed does help her with escaping, so there is that mobility, I guess you would say. She doesn't have the immediate mobility like a Glaive who can immediately disengage, like you just saw like that. But we do pick him up. We have Fortress still trying to pick some damage off on our Taka. I'm going to kind of come down and try to force him to not want to do that, but we actually end up picking up the kill anyways. So that was fine by me. Again, here we are. Here's where the Celeste is sticking around. I am Koshka. If I get that passive buff damage, it's going to hit like a truck. So there we go. didn't need the passive. It just pounds and twirl, and she was dead. So you can see there's huge potential for Koshka. I feel that she can be a pretty competitive laner. I wouldn't say so much in higher elos. It could be a lot more risky. But, you know, I would say SA and below could be safely done consistently. She just has really strong power in lane because of her eulogies keeping her topped off, and the passive damage she has in general. And just she has more mobility than some laners. So there's that too. Not the best mobility, but she has, you know, a lot of mobility compared to other laners. So we have that. Right now, Taka and Arden, I think, are doing just fine in jungle. They're not really having any issues there. But yeah. Let's see what we have here. So we have a bunch of minion wave clear here. Again, like here clear is pretty good too. We're doing 44 farm at about 5 minutes, which is pretty good. It's not bad. We're doing better at staggering our damage to not miss minions now that I'm getting used to the whole function of it. Like I said in the beginning, I was a little bit rusty because I wasn't sure how to stagger it. Well, scratch that. I missed that big minion. But yeah. So going down to get some items. We are currently working on, as far as item build, gonna go an aftershock and a renewal. Prioritizing the renewal first. My damage output is already high to begin with because of my passive, the stacks I get. So I'm just gonna work on survivability, and it does help my team too during team fights, especially once they start breaking out more here the later we go on. And just having it available to us was actually really nice. I tried really hard to make sure I was active with that. I know I have an issue right now where I'm starting to get complacent with using my activatables, and I'm trying to fix that. So hopefully we'll see some progress here in this episode. But yeah, so just getting the farm. Don't really care to pounce on Koshka unless I know we're gonna secure a kill. I could be a little bit more aggressive if I really wanted to, and actually it probably would have been better just keep her completely out of the farm. But it's just, you know, I wasn't really trying to focus on kills. I was just trying to focus on making this work. So I was a little hesitant here and there. I think if I keep playing it, I can refine it more and be a little bit more aggressive, more confidently. But right now, it's in its testing phase. The glaive being in the team comp is pretty nasty too, though. Cause like I said, I can't disengage like he can. So if he pounces on me, it's hard for me to get away. Unless I have a teammate. But yeah, so that was actually pretty bad on a stun, personally. I was a little too overconfident there, thinking we can make some plays happen, but I guess not having comms was not helping us with that because I probably went in a little too early. But we're going to work towards our aftershock now. We already have a renewal. We'll get our aftershock and then probably build whatever other defensive item that we need. You guys will see it on the left-hand side, or the left-hand side. But our turret took a little bit of damage too so far. We're less than half health, like 1/3 health even. But our glaive is out of position. I don't know what he was doing. I tried to pounce, but he knocks me back, and that was unfortunate because they don't pick up the kill. Fortress is going for that Taka though. I have another renewal on me. I already saw that one was popped. But yeah, so we don't really need to use it though, so I'm gonna go ahead and save it for now. I think Celeste stays again too. Yeah, she does. So here we are. I'm waiting for a little bit of her extension here so that I can go ahead and do that right there. Hold on. Someone is wanting me to invite them to the guild. Let me do that right quick while we do this video. There we go. So many notifications lately. Okay. So, currently the turret on their side is taking a little bit of damage, not too much. We're going in for another fight here, though, so I'm going to go ahead and show up, pick off the glaive, get out. Don't want to take too much damage off turret. Now I'm going to go ahead and stun the Celeste. No, I don't think that was needed, but I just wanted to verify that we were going to get that. And now we're going to go ahead and take out the Fortress here. I'm going to back out while my team picks up the rest of the damage. I don't want to stay. There's no reason for me to try to pick up kills if my teammates can secure it and me safely get away. That was one of the things I was trying to do there was I was going to do my damage, get out, and let my teammates pick up the kill. That's generally how you want to dive. You don't want to be selfish. If you're going to dive, let whoever can get the kill without dying. So there we go. We got her turret now. Looking pretty good. Farm it's okay. It's not perfect, but it's okay. Glaive is right there. I did not see him until the ping, and then I was like, okay, I got to get out, but it was already too late. It was very unfortunate. I do manage to avoid some damage. But it's just not soon enough. We cannot get there, or my Artie cannot get there to vanguard me fast enough. Unfortunately, it's just all my fault. A little bit of an overextension on my part. So it looks like I'm gonna be going towards an Aegis, primarily for the reflex block. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing right there. I'll probably get an Atlas Fulgent as well. I don't remember exactly what I bought, but an Atlas Fulgent seems like it'd be a good choice against the glaive, especially since the glaive is pretty big of a threat to me. There we go. We're going for a 2v3. We should be able to win this. I do stun the glaive. He does not get away. No, he's trying to press for that kill, but we managed to pick him off. I have the aftershock now, so one thing you want to do, I don't always do it. It depends on how concentrated I am. If I'm really concentrated, sometimes I don't stagger my abilities and use that aftershock effectively. But for the most part, if I'm trying to pay attention to it, I try to stagger my abilities, my A and B, so that I pop the aftershock on each ability that I use. So if you stagger, I think it's like, what, 2.5 seconds? Something like that. If you just wait for the dial to run out, then you can pop another ability and get another aftershock proc. And that's generally what I try to do. Here's where Fortress is chasing me, though. It's pretty nasty. I'm trying to get away. I'm trying to get some run speed there, pick off the last little wolf there, and we do manage to have Arden come down to Van, got me right there. I even try to use the minion to run away, and now I see he's in trouble. I'm going to go ahead and try to just pop my renewal just in case. You never know. He gives me like a little smile there. No worries. All right. Sorry. This guy is talking to me on the game too. But yeah, I'm trying to get the guild situated now. I got the Twitter all set up. As you guys can probably see on the Twitter page, if you guys don't know it, it's Team Apex VG at Twitter. You can check it out. I have all the artworks, the profile artworks, all brand new. We even have a logo now for Team Apex. So it's looking pretty spiffy right now. And then we also have our line of communication set up now. We have line chat going for the whole group. We have Discord getting set up soon for voice chat. The guilds look pretty good. And then we're probably going to start setting up competitive teams somewhere in the near future outside of our own specific team. But anyways, get back to the fight here. So you can see there, I was caught out. I used my stun to get over to Celeste and also stun her so we can take her out, which was actually pretty great, I think, on my part. I think I would have died if I didn't do that, potentially from the Fortress Blade combo, while my team would have taken out Celeste on their own and would have been a 2v2. But I made it into a 3v3 situation, sort of, making it eventually into a 3v2 in our favor. But yeah. Still getting our farm. We're at 91 at about 12 minutes, 30 seconds. It's starting to fade off a bit because I'm being more involved in the team fights. So that's generally what happens in farm. Don't get discouraged if your farm starts to drop off from its average. I think generally it's for like a pro player, I think generally what happens is that they have a high CS, maybe even greater than 10 CS per minute in the beginning. But then it starts to drop off to where it starts to be like 8 or 9 on average, if you were to calculate it out by the end of the match. So everybody kind of drops off near the end because team fights start taking place and farms isn't taking a lane anymore. But yeah, a lot of the fights are being pretty dominated. I try to stun the most crucial units to their team, so the Glaive or the Celeste, depending on who I feel is a threat at the time. A lot of times it's Celeste, but sometimes it has been Glaive, depending on if I feel like maybe the Celeste is just not performing, then I'll go for the Glaive. Or just if Celeste is nowhere nearby, or if we already focused her down and I still have my ult up, then I'll ult the Glaive. Here we are, we're just tanking the turret. There's no reason why not to. I think they wanted to dive the Celeste at some points, but I wasn't too sure if we really wanted to do that. But it looks like Glaive is following. I don't know why he's following. He's going to take a ton of damage because of it and actually die. I pop a renewal, try to help my team get healed here. I take a stun, which is actually not good because we're taking a lot of damage here. And then the Taka does die. Arden is so close from that scout chat from dying, but we managed to escape. Just the skin of our teeth. There we go. Stunning the Celeste. She's late on the reflex block. I turned it around on her. I am not going to be able to pick it up, I don't think. I'm going to try to see what I can do and then just get out. And then I got the regen. I was like, yeah. So there was that. I could get the duels right there, but I didn't really feel like overextending my welcome. So I really wanted to get out. I've done that so many times in the past where it's like, okay, I'm okay now. Let me get their farm. And then I stayed way too long again and then died because they revived. So I just got out. I played it safe. I think the biggest thing about Koshka is that she falls off late game. Even so in this role. But I think that because I play her in lane currently right now is the fact that I can stay dominant early game against the laner, depending on who I'm going against. If it's like a BF or Glaive, it will probably give you some trouble too, because they have also eulogies and they have better sustain in lane. But if it's another like range laner, I think he should be pretty good unless it's a really aggressive laner and knows how to zone you out. In that case, you need to have your team coordinate with you to help gank them. But otherwise, I think Koshka can be a pretty good laner if used correctly. Here I am trying to stun this left. There we are. She did not get the reflex block off in time again too, so that was great. We managed to take out Glaive. Now the gauntlet down, locking and securing down the Celeste and eventually the Fortress. So it's looking pretty good. I don't know if Kraken is up. I think we're just going for the push. But yeah, so hold on. This guy is talking to me real quick. Let me. What is he saying here? One sec. Recording. Doing a voiceover. Just need your line ID once you make it. Line chat. All right. So now we're gonna just take their farm. I think, yeah, we got Kraken. We're taking the minion mine as well, just to have an even harder push. It's looking good. I think this is nearing the end too, because there's not much they can do to come back from this. We're pretty much of a powerhouse right now. We can't really be dominated unless we make really bad mistakes. We have 2 renewals, so we're out surviving them by a long shot. But I think we just burnt out 2 right there too, though, just to like safely do it. I think we didn't stagger right. A lot of this would be way better too if you had comms. Trust me, if you can stagger renewals with comms, it's so much more effective. But here we are. We're not even focusing the Fortress. We're just focusing objectives, making the game ours, and closing it out. So we are win-win. Yay! And then we even pick up the Fortress. So there you go. Lane Koshka. What do you guys think? Try it out. See if you guys like it. Let me know what you think, if it's viable or not in your skill tier. I don't think it's going to be POA or higher, potentially, but maybe. We never know. But I like it. I might try it out some more, test it out some more myself. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Later!